was very special to be in New Zealand for the first time. So many impressions of wild rivers, beautiful, secluded beaches where we met absolutely no one except ourselves. And of course we saw the Lord of the Rings type scenery with green hills and old trees and a lot of water to discover. We decided to use a camper for traveling. A camper gives you a lot of options. The most important one is to escape bad weather. In this country the weather changes very often. And it's always good to have food right by your side. It's just a fun way to explore a country. And we would definitely do it again. To our surprise, our first encounter was not a trout. It was something different. Something we didn't expect. Eels are quite funny. They pop out of nowhere, nibble on your fly line, you turn around and you almost get a heart attack. But you get used to it. Our search for trout started in the northern parts of the South Island. The weather was very good and we enjoyed being in the sun after the cold European winter. We caught small trout, and big trout. Fishing the small streams was very difficult. It was not like in Europe. The fish here are very big and very easy to spook. You have to make a perfect cast with a perfect fly in a perfect moment. And still, you cannot catch them sometimes. I tried my whole fly box. It didn't work out. But it was good to finally see some fish rising. Unfortunately, the weather changed and we had to move south. After some exploration, we found a very nice spot at the lake. It had very shallow water, and it felt more like fishing for bonefish than trout. But it was very, very exciting. Sometimes they didn't care. And sometimes they did. It was probably the most productive water we found. We had more than one double hookup. But where light is, there is darkness. But back to fly fishing. Am I still not achieved goal to catch a big brown on a dry fly? It seems like there's always something wrong when I try to catch one on a dry. We passed a lot of beautiful places while searching for trout. Probably the most beautiful places I have ever seen. And suddenly, there he was, slowly rising. So big, but so gentle. And then there was me, casting for him.
Yeah. Nein.
But I was lucky. A little further upstream I found a big rainbow under a tree on the other side. Very difficult to cast for, but I made it somehow. The rainbow was so heavy it moved right down into the pool. And I couldn't move it for like 5 minutes. And suddenly, she took off like a bullet.
This is what happens. I don't know if you can see it, but the fish are just too strong.
The weather was too warm for dry fly fishing at daylight, so we switched to nighttime. And I was very surprised about how many insects are hatching at night. Suddenly, the water came to life. There were millions of caddis, and I was able to catch a nice brown on a dry fly without even seeing it. All I can say is that New Zealand was fantastic. We had a wonderful, wonderful time, and it will definitely stay in our minds for a while. And it's not just the fishing. There is so much to experience and so much to see that I can definitely recommend to go there at least once in your lifetime.